moving on to your boys Villa then. Obviously, a point is a point. I think in an away game against West Ham, that's never an easy thing. But the way the game played out, are you happy with that point? Or do you feel like it's a missed opportunity to kind of really put some distance between yourselves and Spurs?
In hindsight, with the Spurs result, obviously you would have wanted a win to kind of get the gap a bit bigger and make sure it was in Villa's hands, because now Spurs sit 3 points behind us. Their goal difference is one worse. So if they win their game in hand, likelihood is they go into fourth.
So tight, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really close. It's really, really close. And it would have been nice to take that opportunity. However, West Ham are seventh, and they've just come off the back of an excellent result in Europe themselves.
True.
They are a good side. So going away from home and taking a point, you have to appreciate that. I think there were opportunities in the game for both sides to take it, but I think realistically, a point was a pretty fair result for both sides.
You must be pumped to see Zaniolo on the score sheet as well, because he's a player you've been rooting for. I think it's only his second goal since he's been at Villa.
It is.
And you had high hopes for a lot more, clearly. Just more involvement generally. But I think the last few times I've seen him in Europe as well, he's done really well. You must be pleased with the options available to Villa going forward, especially with, obviously, the injury situation right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually think that Zaniolo is begging for a start. I really think I would have started him in this game, I'll be honest. I really like Rodgers. I think it's a good signing. I think it's smart for the future. But right now, I don't think he's had enough time to settle. And I think Zaniolo is far more effective. And I think we saw that in the second half when he came on. His work rate has been really good. He's tenacious. He's quite physical as well. He's a good presence. I do worry about the amount of bookings he picks up, because he is quite fiery in himself. But I like that. It looks like he's willing to battle for something. I think Emery's talked quite openly about how the situation at the start of the season set him back a little bit. But it's been a long time now, and at the moment it looks very set that he won't be at Villa next year, but it feels like an asset that we've underused, and I would like to see him get a bit of a run in the team now, because with McGinn suspended for 2 more games, Ramsey obviously has been picking up injuries as well. That spot, I think he'd occupy it really, really well, because he is willing to drive forward and create a bit of threat of the opposing fullback. And I want to see that more often. I really like that he took his goal, he took the chance well, and he wanted to just keep playing. And he's gone on international duty now. Italy obviously rate him highly, so it'd be interesting to see how he comes back from that camp refreshed and confident, and maybe he can get a league start.
How are you seeing Villa's attacking options now? Because obviously John Duran started this game. Moussa Diaby's been in and out of the team. Do you think there's a settled way that they can play now for the rest of the season and try and shuffle the pack a little bit? What's your preferred sort of options, and even a plan B for Villa, would you say, going forward?
I think it's nice that we can talk about what our options are, to be honest, because it's been a while. It felt like it was Ollie Watkins or bust for a really long time. And of course, he's been the standout player this season, along with Leon Bailey, who we've talked about quite a lot. But it's been really nice over the last couple of weeks to see those options kind of come into the forefront. Diaby was excellent against Ajax. Maybe lacked a little bit of end product at times, but managed to take his goal. He's been recalled to the France squad as well, which again will do wonders for his confidence, because that's what it seems like with him. There is no doubt that he is a wonderful footballer with bags of ability, and we've not quite seen the best of him at Villa lately, but it does look like confidence. There's been loads of times where I've been begging for him to shoot or play a ball, and he's kind of waited a little bit too long. And I wonder if getting the goal in Europe, playing well in this game, going over to France again might help build him back up, and we'll see that towards the second half of the season. And someone like Duran coming back as well gives us that secondary option. I think he is the plan B. He started this game, which I was really surprised by, and he struggled to get into it, if we're honest. But when he came on for Watkins in Europe, he was really threatening. He held the ball up really, really well, linked well with the wingers, and provided some good strength in the middle, and took his goal very well. So that's a developing player that if Villa can hold on to in the summer with a lot of interest in him, gives us a really good option that's different to Watkins, but still suits a lot of our players around, because the way he brings Bailey and Diaby in, well, that's fantastic. That's what you need, really.